What's up, everybody? Honorable mention sports. We're hanging out here. Josh Mancuso, my brother Caleb, but we got special guest Ron Slay in the house. What's up, Ron?
What's happening, fellas?
We know we're ready to talk some football. We got a
Yes.
lot going this weekend. Is crazy with some big games, and so we wanted to bring you in, talk a little football. So, what have you seen so far this season? What stuck out to you?
This season was stuck out to me. I think, man, I think when you look at the microwave society of it, you know what I mean, we're gonna go straight to Van in Alabama. I think that huge upset. I think that right there is the upset of the decade, maybe even the century. But I think one thing about it, man, it shows what you can do in the transfer portal. And when you do a self-check, you got to give credit to Clark Lee, what he's done as far as going out there and saying, you know what, I ain't great with offense. So I'm gonna let somebody else come in and handle that. And matter of fact, he brought his own quarterback with him, Diego Pavia. So that looks good. Clark Lee's handling the defense, but it takes a hell of a man to be able to say, man, you know what? Let me step down from this spot, focus on this. You do this, and we all come together and collective as one. So I do think they're serious. It's gonna be interesting to see how they move forward out for that. But a couple of more things, Michigan. So it's a little different when you ain't got a person over there wearing sunglasses on the sideline from everybody. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm sure it had nothing to do with it at all. Yeah. It's.
Yeah.
I mean,
that right there. You got what else, man? You got Texas. Texas looks for real. Georgia, trying to figure out what Carson Beck is. You know, just looking at the top 10 guys, man. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. I think everybody is wide open with this 12-team playoff. I think you see people move week to week and not necessarily lose a game and think, dang, it's over, man. Like, let's start looking ahead for the transfer portal. It's making people stay locked in a little bit longer, and we're starting to get to the meat of the schedule. So this is when we start to see the turnover. We start to see the creme de la creme rise to the top. It's going to be fun from this point on, though.
Man, yeah, that's good stuff. The Georgia, I don't know. You think they can go undefeated? I mean, they got to play Texas though. I mean, that's a big game. You think they can do that?
They got to play Texas and they got to go to Texas. I think that's the biggest thing. As a Tennessee fan, I I don't care about none of them having to go anywhere. We've been having to do it every single year. We always had to play Florida. We had to play Bama. We always had to play Georgia. And nobody ever bats an eye. They always say, nope. Tennessee. Nah, y'all got to play them now. Alabama, y'all got to play them. Right. Georgia, y'all got to play each other. Y'all got to travel to these different places. So, man, I want to be sold on Carson Beck. I'm just not sure yet, man. Yeah, they say he's efficient with the ball, doesn't have a powerful arm, but his efficiency makes up for it. They just don't seem like they got that punch offensively. Defensively,
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're always going to strangle you out, make it a Python-like game. But other than that, man, it's offensive. I got to see Carson Beck. It's easy to play when you're down. I always thought that about when you shift to NFL, talk about Andrew Luck. I always listen. I got a bias because I'm Tennessee Titan, but I always thought it was easy to stack up numbers. This doesn't mean he's not great. I thought it was easy to stack up numbers when you're always playing from behind. And they were playing from behind against Alabama. All of a sudden, you take the reins off. Hey, man, just take us there. Make it a game. And he played differently. Can he come out and play that way? That's what remains to be seen. The defense is always going to be something, especially if everybody stays out of jail.
Yeah, a defense is awesome, but when they go play Texas, that's a whole nother ball game.
Absolutely,
and they're not going to be able to have a B performance from their offense and win that game. They're going to have their best game to do that. I was supposed to go to a game down at Georgia, but the hurricane washed us out. Couldn't get down there, but I was excited. I was going to stop by the Athens County Jail and see most of those Georgia football players. But
you know what though? Hey, guess what, man? Let me. I'm gonna throw a little defense in you know what I mean, in their way. This is my thing. So I went down. I never used to remember it when we played down in Athens and we drive down. I'm asleep on the bus or we fly right in, whatever it may be. But when I called a game down there, going to Stedman, I'm like, dog, this long stretch, this long highway that you got to ride on with lights 1 mile in between. This is begging for an 18, 19, 20-year-old with a Hellcat to drive very, very, very fast. I'm not saying it's right. They should think before you drive. Don't do nothing stupid. But dog, that foot get a little heavy and that light green, you like, you know what? Let me open it up just a little
Let
bit.
it go.
And
Yep.
it's begging for people to get pulled up. They need to do something about that, man. Either put more lights there, do something, man. But golly, get off that open stretch.
Like, I know it's bad. They should put you in charge of that. You probably have that firmed up real quick.
You better believe it. I'll be standing out there like the crossing guard at school in middle school. When you used to have to go to school, I'll be right there. Slow down,
slow down, son. You got a game to play on Saturday. You gotta be there.
Exactly.
Jeez. All right. Good. Well, all right, we're gonna get into some picks. We're just gonna get to it here. We got a lot of good games. And of course, Ron, I went 10-2 last week in my picks, so I'm just picking the winners. Yeah, 10-2, just picking the winners. But I expect to go 12-0 this week.
That's pretty good right there.
Yeah, you know, I don't like to brag, but I do brag, and gonna keep doing so. Okay. Here we go. And if those of you guys that are watching live, feel free to send a comment in here, and we'll try to answer it. JR Fortune are we taking Florida to the Boom Boom Room?
JR, let's go and answer that right now. We're gonna lock the door. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I got you wait till the end of this show. I got a special little prop I'm gonna pull my win from that I got last time we played Florida. Because I don't know if y'all know, Josh, Caleb. What I like to do is when Tennessee goes play these teams, I like to collect stuff from their mascot. When we went down 2 years ago and played LSU, I was standing outside Mike the Tiger's cage, and he didn't come out and see me. And I told him, Big Bad Slay's here. I want a tooth. I tried everything in my power to get Mike the Tiger tooth, and he would never come out that little cage, boy. But if he would have came out, now mind you, I was fried. I was beyond fried. But he would have came out, he would have had a tussle on his hands. I'm telling you that right now. So I got something special from 2 years ago when we beat Florida at home that I'm pulling my pick from. So you just stay tuned, JR.
I like that. Can't wait. Ron Slay versus Mike the Tiger. I'm taking the spread on that. I think Ron takes the Tiger. I think that happens. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, it might look like I'm rope-a-doping like Ali. Right. Don't help me. No. If it looks like I'm getting mauled, you know, this is all a part of the plan, Josh. Y'all don't come help me. Yeah.
I won't. That. Yeah. No, I would trust you that you're doing it. Like there's a strategy behind it. You're not just throwing yourself into a tiger cage like, willy-nilly. So
you know
I'm with you. All right, good. So you guys, honorable mention sports. Here we are. Fan supported, fan driven, for the fans, by the fans, and whatever else I've made up here in the moment. Okay, so first game we're picking Washington at Iowa. I mean, Washington just took out Michigan in the battle of the rematch from last year. I'll go ahead and give you my prediction. I think Iowa's offense is just so bad they're just not going to be able to do it. I'm taking Washington Huskies on the road, 24-14. That's my pick.
Ooh, that's a good pick right there, man. I'm gonna go. It's always something to be said coming off a high of beating a team like Michigan, which is in the top 10. You're coming out defending national champion. But the question is, when you go to Iowa, can Iowa get anything moving, or will they just hold them? Will they want to play the old school? I don't know if y'all remember, you used to fold up the little pieces of paper in school and make the footballs. That's the kind of football that Iowa likes to play, the slow moving. So I don't know if they can evolve and get into today's game. Maybe they can pull off the win, but I'm gonna go with Washington too, man.
Okay, go Washington. All right, it's a good pick, Caleb.
Yeah. I'm taking Iowa. Going against you guys. Yeah. So last 3 weeks, Washington went to New Jersey from Spokane, came back to Spokane. They're on a high coming off Michigan, and now they got to go to Des Moines. That's a ton of travel, especially for college kids, 19, 20-year-olds. I think Iowa gets it done at home.
That's not a bad pick. The Hawkeyes.
No, that's not a bad pick. But I'm figuring out what Caleb is. Caleb is that guy, that's always sitting in the back of the class, got all his homework done, and, just want to go against everybody else. After we done worked up something, Josh, coming from the waterfront, oh, we lost it on the bus. We lost it on, and Caleb going to raise his hand. No, I found your homework. Here it is. I'm just going to go against y'all. Don't be that guy, Caleb. Ride with the team, man.
I said, how come it's only half done? There's 8 questions on here. There's only 4 filled out, boys.
That's right.
We all were going to get an NC, but until you did that, now we just get 0.
That's why we got Caleb in here to keep it straight. But all right, so we got 2 for Washington, 1 for Iowa. That's good. I think it may not be the most entertaining football game to watch, but we'll see. All right, next game, Cal at Pitt. I mean, Cal almost beat Miami. Cal, I don't know what to expect with Cal. I don't know enough about them, but it seems like they're you don't know which team's going to show up each week. Pitt undefeated right now.
Baby, Narduzzi.
Narduzzi getting it done.
Yeah.
I like their quarterback. I think it's close, though. I think Cal keeps it close, but they got to travel East Coast. Pitt. I'm taking Pitt 27-23. Let's go. Pitt Panthers.
Whole reason that I'm going with it is because of the traveling miles. I don't understand it. I thought that was the silliest thing to jump in a conference like that. You're going to be going cross country to play, but hey, Pittsburgh's not worried about it. They ain't got time to worry about it. Narduzzi got these guys rolling. He even had to pay a fine. What was it, 2 weeks ago? Shout out to Don Davenport, who interviewed him, and he just dropped a cool little F-bomb on TV, which I thought was great. I thought was great. She sent the $5 on this fine. It was good. That's what it is. I think Narduzzi and those guys keep rolling. Pittsburgh gets it done. I think Pittsburgh might be for real, man. They may be for real. We'll see what happens. They get to their championship in their conference, but we'll see.
Yeah, I love it. Caleb, what do you think?
Yeah, I love it. We got Matthew Love in the comment section saying Pitt. I'm going with Matthew. Absolutely. They got to fly across country, and that game against Miami ended on East Coast time, like after midnight. And they got to pick up, go across. Nah, forget that. Especially a good Pitt team.
Yeah.
Way too much.
The Panthers. We got 3 for the Panthers. I like it. Pitt, that makes them 6-0 if they win this game. That's hard to ignore no matter what your schedule is. I like it. All right, so next we got South Carolina at Alabama. Picking this game just because, right, Alabama comes off a loss to Vanderbilt. I expect them to rebound after that. There's no way they're going to go down to South Carolina. It's a home game, I guess, in Tuscaloosa. So South Carolina, I'm thinking like a 31-17 Bama victories. Carolina's going to put up a few points, I think. I think they're pretty good, Carolina is. They keep getting, just in these weird positions. They almost beat LSU. They had referee issues at the end. They've got, but then they show up the next week and score 3 points against somebody. So I don't know what to expect from South Carolina. But, Shane, Beamer ball, I don't know what Beamer ball is. What does that even mean? I think Beamer ball is 6-6. That's what that is. Beamer ball is 500. That's what Beamer ball is. So I'm to Alabama beats Carolina, of course, in Tuscaloosa. Ron, what you think?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go with you on this one, but I think, man, you got these guys coming off the edge. Dylan Stewart and I forgot the other guy's name, number 5. Man, these two dudes, 5 and 6, coming off the edge for South Carolina. We'll be playing on Sundays. One of them is a freshman, one's a senior. Couldn't handle Ole Miss, couldn't handle Jackson Dart. I thought that Beamer ball, and I love Shane Beamer, but he shot himself in the foot going for it with the fake punt, which was just silly. Like, just keep your offense on the field, run the ball. Alabama coming off the loss against Vanderbilt. You got guys, Malachi Moore, that need to make statements in this game, get that sour taste out your mouth. Offense has been ticking. You know what I mean? Jalen Milroe, they're rolling the way they're supposed to. Defense got gashed. I think the defense comes out, plays very good ball against Sellers in South Carolina. Alabama probably, I ain't gonna say that. They beat them. I almost said rolls them. The Vol in me won't let me put all that together. So Bama beats them.
It's too much. The roll tide is too much.
Yeah,
and the way they say it, Ron, it's they're like roll tide. They're like roll tide, roll tide. It's like some kind of like country. It's like crawls up my skin.
I see mine crawling right now.
Yeah, I could see it from here. It's bad. Do you think they're a 21-point favorite? Do you think they covered that?
I think they actually cover.
Yeah.
I think they really have to, in a sense, to come out and make that statement. Not only for themselves, I think they believe in who they are and they're gonna stand on it. But I'm not sure if South Carolina can score enough with them, for one, and two, you got to get those fans off of the boys' back. If you got his back like you really say you do, and he went to bat for Malachi Moore, talked him up, told him what type of kid he was, and this, that, and other. Like, now you got to go and get everybody, be that same leader that you were in the offseason, get everybody to rally behind them and go rally for your coach, man. They start talking about the way the boy was dressing, this Terry need to come dress him out. All kind of stuff just came out of nowhere with one loss. So they got to get the fan base back on board as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, fan base, did you hear some of the calls on Feinbaum this week?
Dude.
Oh, my.
Legend.
Woo.
Legend killed it. Great call by Legend.
Legend. Man, when he said that piece about you may stay together for the kid's sake, I about lost it.
Yeah.
What'd he say? Tell me. I wasn't on the. I wasn't watching. What happened?
Oh man, he just said you can't ever trust Kalen DeBoer again. He said it's like finding your wife in bed with the neighbor. He said you may stay with her for the kid's sake, but you can't ever trust her again.
Don't trust it. Man, the man said, man, they ain't lost to Vanderbilt in 40 years, which is false. But they ain't lost to him in 40 years. You've been here for 4 months. You already got beat by. Hey man, they tough on them, man. They tough on them.
Tough, man.
Yeah,
I remember when Vanderbilt beat Tennessee for the first time in a long time. That was a rough day. But it gets bound to happen eventually. Like you're not gonna be undefeated against a team forever. Like it's just gonna happen at some point. So.
Right.
I don't think it's that big a deal. It's a big win for Vanderbilt. Huge thing for them. I don't think it's as big of a deal for Alabama as it is as big of a deal for Vanderbilt because I think Alabama, they may not lose another game after this. I don't know. But Caleb, what do you think in this Carolina-Alabama game?
Alabama's gonna crush them. They're gonna cover. They're gonna absolutely demolish them. If they don't, they may send the board back to Washington overnight priority mail. If that game's even close, it's gonna. They have to, and the players know it, and they're better. I think they're better. So, yeah.
Shipping him back. Oh man, yeah, that's funny. The crazy thing about South Carolina is I feel like they keep getting good players out of the portal. They keep getting they're so close. I feel like to being a good team. And I did a video. I made a lot of South Carolina fans mad because I did a LSU versus South Carolina video, which I had my LSU guy character stating to South Carolina. Look, I know how bad you guys want to be part of the SEC elite, but it isn't ever going to happen. Like you're always going to be mid. You're destined to be mid, and this is how it is. It's like there's not enough room at the top for everybody. Like you know what I'm saying? Like somebody's got to stay in the middle. That's South Carolina. That's Kentucky. Mississippi
Josh,
State.
They're gonna hate you for that, Josh.
You backed it up today on the show. You doubled down on that.
I did. I like to give I went to several South Carolina football games in high school, and my best friends was a Gamecock. So I went to a bunch. I love Carolina game day. It is awesome.
Yeah, that's dope.
Columbia. It's pretty fun, and I'm happy to cheer for South Carolina anytime. But I like to give them a hard time. But it's just so easy.
And see, I secretly pull for South Carolina because Coach Beamer was at Tennessee as a GA while I was there in school. So we got a little bit of a connection. He always showed me love, but they got to do something to get over the hump, man. They're always, like you said, they get a guy in the portal that can almost get them there. Then he may get hurt or somebody else go down. They get thin in the roster. That portal's really hurt them, but hopefully they can be able to get back and get a collective to get behind them. That's the thing I don't understand. Like you go up there to South Carolina and it's popping. Like you got the women's basketball winning national championships. Like Coach Lamont Paris did great in basketball this past year, coach of the year. Like you got to be able to get some momentum going and pass it over to Shane Beamer, man, and let him work with it. So he doesn't have to tread water and be right there in the middle of the pack, man, and not be up there one side of the year. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I like Beamer. I think he's a good coach. He'll be
good dude.
I think
you're supposed to give him on. Listen, you got to spit facts, Josh. Ain't nobody. Hey, we can't be on here just sugarcoating anything. It is what it is. You trash.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, when I'm I'm a sports expert. People call me an expert. I think a lot of people do probably.
I look at you as an expert.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's one person.
Yeah. I just
okay.
I just try to do some validity behind this. I just want to.
Yes, sports expert. All right, we're getting off the rails here. It's all Caleb's fault. All right, who was Vanderbilt, the team that just beat Alabama. They are headed to Kentucky, Lexington, to take on the Wildcats. Vanderbilt at Kentucky. I don't think Vanderbilt can keep it going. I think Kentucky's ready for a big victory. I think that defense is pretty good. Kentucky's defense. I don't think Diego's going to be able to do some of the things he did. They're probably riding high. Vandy is. They're all excited. Like, we beat Alabama. Here we go. We're going up to Kentucky. We're going to win this game. I think reality check for the Commodorks. I think it's the Wildcats taking the victory. I'm thinking like a 24-20. Going to be close though. Low scoring, kind of 24-20. Give me the Kentucky Wildcats.
I like that right there. I like where you went with it. I was going to say I was going to put a twist to it and give me those points. I think it may be at like 13.5 right now. Give me Vandy and those points all day long. They'll obliterate that. But I do think, man, with Stoops having a week to prepare. Now, what Vanderbilt has, the ace in the hole for them is they're running a triple option in a sense, like, you know what I mean, out of a shotgun. So you don't necessarily get to prepare for that. It's kind of like what Georgia Tech did long time ago. It was what Army and Navy is doing now. The reason they're beating people, because you can't prepare for this offense. Yeah, I can't wait for the Army and Navy game this year too. It's gonna be dope. But you can't prepare for it, man. You just gotta all of a sudden you can't put good on good. You can't put the first 11 against the other 11. Like, it doesn't work. So I think Stoops should have a plan. If Stoops is who we think he is, you know what I'm saying? As far as being able to game plan and be able to get them going. I don't trust the quarterback from Kentucky. I don't what is it, Vandergraff or whatever?
Brock Vandergriff.
I don't trust him. He got to show me something. If he doesn't, I do think Diego has the power right now that Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield, Angel Dust sprinkled on him and the team offensively, that they hard to stop, man. And he believes that they're really, really good. So, man, I'm gonna go on to pick the upset. Give me Vanderbilt.
Let's go. Taking Vandy. I like that. Not a bad pick.
Ride the high.
Ride the high. Let's go, baby. Caleb, what are you buying this? You buying the Vandy hype?
Where you going, Caleb? 1-1 right now. Where you going?
Oh, I like the Vandy hype. I like the Vandy hype. They're gonna cover for sure. That seems like a super. That's way too many points.
Yeah.
But I find it hard to believe they're gonna win after that emotional up last week. I mean, that was nuts. That kid was dropping the F-bomb on live TV, the Vanderbilt quarterback, like just going, he's acting like he was Shaquille O'Neal, just going ballistic. I loved it. So I don't know. I think it's going to be too much for him. But really, who the hell is Kentucky? I mean, they got crushed by South Carolina. Then they beat Ole Miss. So you never know which Kentucky is going to come out. They had Georgia.
Georgia to the wire. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. The thing I love in this is Vandy covering. But if I have to pick a winner, I'm probably going to pick Kentucky.
Okay. All right. 2-1. The Mancusos teaming up against Slay here.
That's cool.
All right. Your Nashville roots here coming up. You live in Nashville now. Did you want to pick Vandy? Right?
Yeah.
You want
Love Clark Lee, played against him in high school. And this right here, what this feels like, and I want everybody to notice this is watching, what this feels like the episode of me and Michael Titan. Don't help me. I don't care nothing about the Mancusos jumping up. I don't care nothing about them jumping up on me. I look like this for a reason, y'all. I'm doing this for a reason. I'm bobbing the weave. Yes, I'm taking some pounders. That's all right. It's okay.
All right. Yeah.
I'll fight out at the end.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep up with the picks this week, and then there'll be lots of trash to be talked afterwards. I usually regret all the trash talking I do later, but all right. Next, all right, we're 4 deep here. We got number 5. We got Iowa State at West Virginia. Ooh. I think Iowa State is the most overrated, undefeated team currently. They've not been tested, I don't think, enough. I think West Virginia, again, they're like Kentucky. You never know what you're going to get. They're going to show up or they're not going to show up. West Virginia goes on the road, beats Oklahoma State, but they might lose a home game to, some random team. So I think I'm taking West Virginia, though. I think this is Iowa State's upset here. Give me the Mountaineers 34-31, keeping it close, but some offense maybe. So, yeah, I'm taking West Virginia in this at home.
Man, listen here, man. I'm picking this one right here just off the strength of 2 things. One, good friend of mine, Pac-Man Jones, man, went there and did some great things. So I know Pac-Man gonna be watching this, man. So Pac, I'm picking your boys. The second reason is, have y'all seen the uniforms they wearing? The cold black uniforms. Oh my!
You can't lose wearing those uniforms.
What? Oh my God! It ought to be blaring. Take me home, West Virginia. Hey, I'm telling you right now, this is Iowa State. Y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. It's first of all, I done played there. It's hard to get in and out of there. Let's just understand that. So Iowa
literally,
State, y'all get lost. Yeah, it's on y'all. I don't think y'all get out of there alive. West Virginia, man.
Give it to them.
Wow.
I love it. The Cyclones going down at the hands of the Mountaineers. That's good.
That's right.
Pac-Man. I know Pac-Man's probably watching. He's probably my biggest fan. Probably.
Yeah, that's my guy. Oh, yeah. I'm going to make sure he on it. I'm going to make sure they're going down by them cold hands, them cold hands.
These are working people. These are working people up
That's
here
what I'm talking about.
in West
That's what
Virginia,
I'm talking
up here
about.
in Morgantown. Yeah,
Yes.
don't mess around. Shout out to my boy Ben Davis, by the way. He's a big Mountaineers fan.
Hey.
Okay, yeah. What's up, Caleb? What do you think? He's
Man.
not going to take. You're going Iowa State, aren't you? I can feel it.
Yeah.
No.
Hey.
That breakdown from Ron, wow.
that
got me motivated. That was motivating. That was big time. The black jerseys, personal friend up there. I mean, you can't pick against that.
No.
I got to take West Virginia.
Like that. Hey. What they call that, like not dark mode, but like cold mode? Is that
cold mode? It's cold mode. Yeah.
That's
cold mode jerseys.
You cannot lose in those.
Man.
I think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out there to my grill after this, and I'm going to put a whole bunch of old coal and soot on my hands, and I'm going to represent West Virginia today. I'm going to wipe it all over my face. So when I go do my show 3HL, it'll be all over my face. And they'll be like, what do you represent? I was with the Mancusos today, and it's all about West Virginia coal mines.
There he is.
Take me home.
Yeah.
Country
your country road. Yeah.
Home. We don't know the words. We just keep saying take me home.
Yeah, and then there's West Virginia.
Mountain Mama. Whatever. I don't know. What's a Mountain Mama? I don't know.
Wouldn't mind finding out, but
I'm interested. But
it could be like a Mount Nova Mama, like Amazon, Mount Nova Mama.
Ooh, right. Okay.
I'm 6'8". Like a mountain mama.
Like a mountain mama. That's right. All right. So we all agreed on that. West Virginia's winning, upsetting Iowa State. Iowa State undefeated no more. That's what we believe. All right.
Yes.
Now Kansas State, one of those teams everybody's high on. They lost one game, but they're going to Colorado, taking on Coach Prime, Dion, Shador, the Sanders family, and I personally, I've been tough on Colorado. I've been saying, they're overrated. They're not that great, but they are legit. They're good. But they're not good enough to beat Kansas State. So I'm taking Kansas State over Colorado, 41-35. Some points probably going up there, I would think, from those offenses. I like that quarterback, Avery Johnson, with the curly hair, whatever. He makes plays with his legs and his arms. Shador, Travis Hunter, two of the best athletes in the country, though. I mean, they're amazing. But, you can't have 2 or 3 players carrying the whole team. So I think Kansas State gets it done.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to jump in that boat with you, Josh. You look at it, man. Will Shepard, Jimmy Bell Jr. Like you got all these guys, man. Shador, Travis Hunter, probably the best player in college football in the last 3 or 4 years, man. This on both sides. It's just amazing what he does. I think Kansas State is a little too deep for him. It's gonna be interesting to see can Colorado stop him. I think last week, it was week before last, before going into the bye week. Great showing by Colorado. My son's godmother is a huge Colorado huge Dion fan. So, Brandy, don't get mad at me, but I got to pick against your boys, Colorado, this week. I got to go Kansas State.
That's tough. The spread's 3.5, so they think it's going to be a close game.
It's even more difficult to pick against my son's godmother. You
got to be careful there.
Yeah. Ooh. She like to go for the eyes.
Yeah, well, you need your eyes. So
I need them.
But you're still willing to stand on your beliefs.
Yeah,
Kansas State. Gonna get it done.
Next time I see her, I'll be wearing goggles.
That's right. Caleb, what do you think? Wildcats or the Buffs?
I'm taking Kansas State. I don't trust Colorado against a good Power 5 team in the trenches until they prove they cannot get pushed around. They just keep getting knocked around. So I'm picking Kansas State. But I'm more interested in, Ron, what is your take on the Coach Prime effect? Very, a lot of people love him, a lot of people don't like him. Like, what's your take on Coach Prime and his thing?
I think it's the exact same thing as when he was a player, man. It's you either loved him or you hated him. There is no in between. I think his method works for some, and for some it doesn't. I think one thing about it though, he plays with his cards on the table. So you can't walk into a situation and feel like you got tricked or he's not showing you love. He told you what it was before you came here. Like, it is based around, if you're really good, you're gonna play. If you're not, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I would like to see, what it looks like 3 or 4 years down the road, if he stays there, what does his development look like? Like, you got a lot of big name guys on the sideline, Warren Sapp, you see T.O. there all the time. Like, you got a good coaching staff around you, but how many of these other kids develop? It's easy to for me and to go get a 5-star like a Travis Hunter or Shador, and those guys are gonna make it with or without you. But what about those 2 stars or 3 stars that you take that's the foundation of your program? Do you develop them enough where they can take that next step? So by the time they're a senior, when those 5 stars and them vote for after their junior year, is your program still intact where you can add to it because you got those core guys and they've been able to develop over the years? I think that remains to be seen. And that would be my only question mark to them, because we only got a sample size of it right now. You know what I mean? We get 2 years. I'm not going to count Jackson State. You had the best talent in that conference. So, of course, you're going to win. You can get the best player, and he can go win a game like Shador used to do. But you take a situation like in Colorado, you're going against guys that, man, fifth-year guys, you know what I'm saying? And you got a Power 5 freshman in there. That's cool, but what about the other guys on the offensive line? So we got to see that. It does look better. It looks better than it did last year. You know what I'm saying? But you got to continue to take them steps. I'm interested to see what happens after Shador leaves, how he reloads with Travis Hunter and those guys going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Good take.
But I would go play for him.
Yeah,
I'd go play for him in a heartbeat. Like, hell yeah, let's get it on.
I mean, you got a chance to play for Deion Sanders out there in Denver area, Colorado, beautiful country. I mean, that's tempting. That's tempting.
Yeah, I mean, look at the light that's shining on the program, dog. Like, sheesh, if you're any
Pretty
good, NIL opportunities are out the wazoo. So
yeah. Now I've got 3 years of eligibility, so I could call Prime up and say, "Look, I mean, let's make a deal. Let's do something."
You got to think though, Josh. He's gonna ask you, like, what do you bring to the program? Like, what position? Where do you see yourself helping and adding to this team?
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure I could answer that one right away. I have to think about it a little bit. I think, if I stretch really good, I could look at punting, I think.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, nothing like a 44-year-old white guy punter from East Tennessee coming over. I think I could do it.
This is perfect. I long snapped in high school. We're going. Call Coach Prime right now.
It's a package deal.
It's a package deal.
Mancuso brothers going to Colorado to play for Coach Prime. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Game day will be there before you know it, baby.
Unbelievable. All right, next game. A game I didn't think I'd be picking. Arizona at BYU. Why are we picking this game? Because BYU is undefeated. Apparently, He's really, really good at football again. Pretty exciting. It's great. I'm taking BYU. I'm only picking this because Arizona, again, they'll lose to Kennesaw State, then they'll go beat Washington State or somebody big. So I don't know what to think with them, but I don't think they can beat BYU. BYU is awesome. It's pretty cool watching them play. So I'm taking BYU by a couple of touchdowns. I think 34-21. I think, yeah.
Yeah, we can do this one quickly. I'm gonna go BYU too. Arizona, they had to improve on their defense from last year. They did do that, took a step forward, but like you said, still a little bit unproven. The jury's still out on them. I just can't get behind them as far as betting and putting money on them. I'm gonna go with BYU, especially with it being a home game.
Yeah. So this is my lock of the week, BYU -5. So
hey,
locky. When you go when they have a good team at BYU, they're hard to beat up there. No way Arizona goes up there. They win, cover, the whole deal.
Provo, baby.
Love it.
Provo's dangerous when they're good.
It is in everything.
Yeah.
Listen, Mormons are athletic. Let me tell you, they get it done out there. All right, we're going on to. I just want to see if Ron was listening.
It took him a minute. He was like, "Wait, what?"
They're athletic. They get it done. Yeah.
This is Ron's first and last time on my show.
Shout out to the Mormons, man.
Shout out to the Mormons. Getting it done. Man. I like it. They ride their bicycle to the game. It's wonderful.
The athleticism. Yeah. Athleticism. Okay.
Okay.
They are putting on the missions, but go ahead.
They are. Yeah, it is very cool. All right. Now, our last 5 picks here are the games we are interested in the most. All right, the Red River Shootout. Now it's the Red River Rivalry because you can't say shootout. But Texas, technically at Oklahoma, I guess, even though it's a neutral site game, right? Yeah. Oklahoma, I mean, I don't know what to think. I like their new quarterback, Hawkins. It's pretty cool, but they're still not going to score enough points to beat Texas. Their defense might force a couple turnovers, maybe. They might do some good things, but ultimately, yeah, Texas, I'm thinking like I've got 28-17. So 28-17. Okay, I like that. 11 points. I'm taking the Longhorns.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I think I had to agree with you. I think Oklahoma's defense will hold long enough in the first half to make it interesting, but Texas continued just to chop wood. Too explosive, too fast. I expect them to pull away in the second half, man, get that game on over with. I'm going to have to go with Texas too. Plus, Oklahoma left a bad taste in their mouth when they left for the SEC by beating them in the last game. So should be a little bit of get back on Texas' mind about this one. So we'll see. I think Texas is going to run away with it in the second half, not the first half, second half.
Second half. I like it.
Yeah, I like that too. This game's rivalry game. It's a little bit crazy, kind of like Army Navy can be. You never know what happens, but Texas this year is just too good. And like you said, Ron, the Oklahoma defense will keep a minute for a while, but they ain't going to be able to hold the gate all 4 quarters. No chance. Give me Texas.
Right. The Longhorns. I it's going to be a little bit of time maybe for Oklahoma can really make this game competitive. Maybe next year, I don't know, but it might take a couple years for them.
Yeah.
So we all think Texas, obviously. Now, here's a game I'm super intrigued about. I'm very excited about this game. I think it's going to be a game filled with offense and not enough defense. But Ole Miss at LSU, going down to Baton Rouge. I love good offenses. Love watching Lane Kiffin play. But you know what? A lot of hype around Jackson Dart. I like Garrett Nussmeier, man. I think he's good, and I think they win the game. I think it's like a 45. Points scored, could go either way. Done. Mike the Tiger, Ron Slay tangling in the cage after the game.
See, with us not having to play each other though, it'd be like a love affair. So that would just cause us to like wrestle round and round in like the little pond of water he has right there. Right. But if I'm underneath and it looks like I'm pent, don't help.
It's all a part of the plan.
All a part of it.
Yeah,
I'll be up. I know. Yeah, I get out of the water.
No, I trust you. I know it'll be fine.
Yeah. So the Ole Miss LSU, high powered. Lane Kiffin, they got to get it together. This is their year. They went all in from the portal. Went and got big guys. Big Walter Nolan from A&M. You got guys on the back end as far as defense goes for Ole Miss. Offensively, you're high powered. You got a guy returning Jackson Dart who has NILs with jet companies that he can just fly, and a couple of his partners can go with him anytime. Like, that's got to be this offense. This offense has kind of been sputtering, going into South Carolina. They got a lead, took care of the win, but going into there, they was kind of in question, who were they playing, and I think even you heard Lane Kiffin talk about it. Who have we played? We haven't played anybody, but now you're about to get into the meat of the schedule. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with LSU. Saying all that, man. Nussmeier is very efficient guy, and it's just the fact it's Baton Rouge at night. I mean, like, you're not supposed to be able to walk in there and win at night. I think one thing that is still underestimated by a lot of people outside of the SEC conference, how difficult it is to go in a road environment and get a win, dog. Like, it's especially at night. Like, it's you got to play to the T, man. You got to play to the T, and you got to get it done. And I'm not sure Ole Miss won't have a couple of brain farts during the game, and LSU take an opportunity and put the pedal to the metal.
I tell you what, Ole Miss will be doing is, if LSU runs a hurry up offense, LSU players are going to be hitting the ground left and right.
They can't wait. That's got to be like this way. Everybody's cramping. I don't care how hydrated you are.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do about that, dog? Like this is getting ridiculous.
It is. What would you do if you're Ron Slay is in charge, and you're thinking, okay, how many of these guys are legitimately hurt? How many of them are trying to stop the clock? How do you regulate that? You got any ideas?
I would whoever does it, they're sitting out a series until a change of possession. And if it happens to be on 4th down and you go for it, or you getting ready to punt, you got to sit out an entire series. That doesn't count. One play, you back in on the next possession. No, the next series, that series that you lay down on, and the next series you have to sit out because we got to make sure you're okay. We don't want you to be hurt. We don't want you to go out there and get another cramp. We just sit over here and hydrate. Matter of fact, we can take you to the locker room if it's a cramp. If it's something else, then we take you to the little blue tent. Other than that, no, you just sit back and be safe. That's because that's what we're pushing, safety amongst players.
Safety first.
Yeah, ain't no way we want to jump you out there, man, and have you play like that. That's no. You guys are tough. We know you guys will fight through the pain, so we want to double check you.
That's right. It's safety first. We got to make sure that you're okay.
That's right.
Don't take any chances here.
No,
so I like it. I like that. I like that approach.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, what do you?
I like it too.
Well, first of all, what do you think about that? Plus, what about the game? Ole Miss, LSU.
Yeah, I mean, I love that approach. Like in rugby, professional rugby, if you get injured, you can't come back. So you see guys just kind of walking around during the live play because they know if they're like, man, my ankle's hurt, I need a breathe. There is no breather. Like you either playing through it or you ain't coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know if they should take it that far, but there's got to be a punishment. I like that. So, and the other thing, when guys get hurt, it makes them get to the sidelines. Like if you're really that hurt that you can't get to the sidelines and you need to stop the play, then okay, you're really hurt. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But if you're just banged up, man, get to the sidelines. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, limp off and get over there. Be done.
Like
I mean, I want to see bone coming through skin, or otherwise you're going back in. Like that's
easy,
it.
Joe Theismann.
Okay.
It's Halloween, baby. It happens.
Caleb was a big time rugby player. That sport ain't no joke. Rugby.
No, that's serious.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
fun, no doubt.
So you taking Ole Miss on this? What do you think?
Dude, I wanted to take Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is a better team, and I literally was looking up the kick time, and when I saw it's at 7:30 at night, I just can't pull the trigger on that. No, I got to take LSU. Like they have a good experienced quarterback. An experienced quarterback wins when they win games like this. Sometimes explosive quarterbacks will win SEC media days preseason, but when you get in there in the SEC and it's a big night, sometimes those old experienced guys end up coming out with the victories. So I like it.
Good.
Brian Kelly coming off a bye too.
That's true. I didn't think about that. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, off a bye week. It's a night game in Baton Rouge. They're going to be fired up. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to go into that game as an opponent right now. I'd be like, they're going to come out hard. Yeah. All right, we all like LSU. That's good. Mike the Tiger for the win. Okay, big game. College game day is going to be there. Ohio State at Oregon. Oregon now in the Big Ten. Can't get used to saying that, but I don't think Oregon is going to be able to handle the talent of Ohio State. Like I think Oregon is very good. Like Dylan Gabriel, big fan of Gabriel. I think he's awesome. They got great talent over there, but Ohio State is freaking stacked. And Ryan Day, experienced coach. Yeah, I think they go out there to Eugene, get it done. I'm thinking like a 28-21, like a touchdown and win maybe. Kind of a slugfest, but a touchdown per quarter, I don't know. But I'm taking Ohio State Buckeyes.
Well, Josh, we're gonna have to disagree on this one.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. I don't believe in Oregon quarterbacks when they leave there. But while they're there, very impressive. I don't know what it is about. Maybe they just get so comfortable up there in Eugene, and it's like, oh yeah, this is the place to be. We got field night, man. I get all the kind of Nikes I want. It's just so much comfort up there. But when they get out, I don't know what happens when they get to the league. But Dylan Gabriel, I'm not a huge fan of him, but I think he gets it done. I think James, the running back, man, you lean on him. You start to pound the rock. Will Howard quarterback?
Yeah, Will Howard quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're not
sold.
Just wild me. No, it ain't wild me with all the weapons that they got around them. I expect these scores to be a little different than they end up looking. It seems like a struggle. Now, at the end of the game, if you tune in with 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter of an Ohio State game, you're like, oh, what am I watching this game for? It's a blowout. But if you watch the minutes prior to that point, it's like, whoa, why is Ohio State kind of struggling with this? Why won't they press on the gas? Why can't they get the job done quicker than they're doing? I ain't a believer, man. I ain't a believer in Ohio State, specifically with the quarterback. That's the only thing that's on me. I think every other spot, dogs.
Yeah.
This is the first time I believe that it just doesn't match up as far as the quarterback goes with Ohio State. So I got them struggling going to Eugene, man. Like you said, game day is there. It ought to be a dog fight, but I'm gonna have to lean towards Oregon on this.
Taking the Ducks. I like it. It's 60,000 people, not a huge stadium, but it gets super loud from what I understand.
Yeah, and people like to do stadium noise. As Rupp Arena.
That's right. Caleb, what do you think? Who you got? Buckeyes or Ducks? Ducks or Bucks?
Ducks. So game day there, we get to watch game day starting in the middle of the night again, which is always interesting. It's like, what's going on? It's like 4:00 in the morning. So that'll be fun. And then, I'm going to take the Ducks, man. The game day, they don't get games like this, like all the time. They're not like Georgia. This is unique for them to get a big game with game day there. They got to capitalize on it. They're going to win it. And it's not going to hurt Ohio State. They're still going to make the playoffs just because they go on the road and lose this game. It's all good. Yeah. Taking the Ducks.
I like that, Caleb. Good breakdown right there.
That's a good breakdown. Man, you guys are good at this. I'm like, flip a coin. I'll take this team.
We needed 3, Josh. We needed 3, so we asked you. Like,
somebody's got to.
We saw you hanging around. Like, you got a mic over there. Like, come on, dude.
Feel sorry for him.
Yeah,
I know. Expert. Remember, Ron. Sports expert.
Remember, who gave you validation now.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
2 more games. Here's a game. I'm actually doing a video for this game as well. They're showing on CBS on Saturday. So look for me there around 2:30. Your boy on CBS.
Hey.
Penn State.
Hey.
Penn State at USC. What do you think about that? Another one of these cool Big Ten matchups of West Coast. USC. Losing to Minnesota. Listen, if you can't get by Minnesota in the Big Ten, you ain't gonna get by Penn State. Row, and I mean, ain't gonna happen. Give me the Nittany Lions. I like Drew Aller. I think he's good. He might be the best quarterback in the Big Ten. Maybe I don't know, but Penn State too strong. They go out there and knock off the Trojans. I'm thinking, what's my score? I'm thinking like 30-24. That's there we go. 30-24.
Okay, I'm going with you on this one. Penn State was the spread 4.5 right now. I'm gonna put it down in my book. I'm gonna go with them to go cover it money line. I just think USC is frauds. We keep on hearing about Lincoln Riley being the quarterback whisperer. Well, when are you gonna whisper loud enough? Maybe you shouldn't whisper. Maybe he can't hear you when you're whispering. Maybe you should talk louder where your quarterback can translate to the rest of the team and let them know.
You got to get it really close in there. You got to get in there.
Yeah, but maybe he's waiting till 15 seconds and then the headset cuts off. Maybe he can't hear you. Maybe he's still over there talking and they can't hear him. So
he's like,
yeah, exactly. And one person that loves to cover spreads, James Franklin. If the spread is 38 and it comes down to 2 minutes and he's up 35, 36, and he can put a knee on it, he's kicking the field goal. He's going to cover that spread. So James Franklin is well aware. And I think he goes out there to USC. What are they playing in the Coliseum? They ought to get him out of there. I think it's going to be more than just a 4.5, but I think they handle him handily. Nittany Lions.
Okay.
When Ron said USC is a fraud, it warmed the deepest part of my soul. That is so. They are so fraudulent. Oh man, they're not going to be Penn State. Penn State's real, and I hate that because Josh and I's grandfather was a running back at USC.
Hey.
In the way back time machine, he was. So I always like USC. I always pull for him just because he kept up with him all the way through his whole life. But at any rate, not this year.
No.
Yeah,
we got roots in Southern California and with USC, and I keep wanting to believe that they're the real deal because the USC of old, back in the Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush days, that was fun. Woo. That was fun football, and that's back when LA didn't have a professional team at the time.
Yeah, they need one because they had them.
That's right. They had them, and that was fun. I keep thinking that they're going to get back to that, and they're not. I keep wanting to believe in USC, but I mean, it's freaking USC. You got all this money, all this talent, all this. They ought to be better than they are. So, but yeah, they're about to have 3 losses after they go down.
That's how they keep fooling me with the history. Like
exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not fooling them. I'm done with it.
No, we're done. We're done with the Trojans. we're going Nittany Lions. The mascot Nittany Lion. He looks like a put that sword away.
Yeah, put that up.
What about that Nittany Lion mascot though? You guys seen that thing? He looks like a bear. It looks like like a bear that's like on crack or something.
What would you take from him, Ron? If when Tennessee plays Penn State one day, what are you going after?
Man, dude, it probably that's a tough one because he looks malnourished, so I can't take food from him. It probably don't he wear like a jersey or something? Maybe I just take his jersey or his shirt that he wears or something like that.
He wears a scarf. This Nittany Lion wears nothing but a scarf. He's naked except for a scarf. Like that's gonna cover anything. Is he cold? Just around his neck? What's he doing?
He's about to be when Ron takes that scarf. He's gonna be real cold.
I gotta have that. So I mean, like him and Winnie the Pooh are kind of like in the same. You know, what I mean, Winnie the Pooh like a shirt, he like a scarf. I guess
I gotta have that.
They're from the same tree. They gotta be from the same tree, dog. Because he does not look like a lion.
No,
that is the friendliest lion. Like that's the one. Like I may let him beat me up.
Yeah,
like he needs a notch on his belt. Like nobody's scared of you, lion.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's something about a lion up on 2 feet, right? Like he's walking around, but
that ain't right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he don't even got fangs. Like his is like little molars. Like
little molars, and it's just 2 of them. Where's the rest of his teeth? That's why he looks like he's, he's seen a few things. I think this lion has.
And
he's skinny too. He's skinny. I'm like, this ain't no lion.
And these jokes can go so far.
Yeah, I'm having to rein it in right now.
I'm so good. I'm so. Because when you said he's seen some things, that did it for me. Yeah.
Now you're thinking, what has this lion seen? Now you got to stop.
You got to stop.
Yeah. All right. Now, this may not be the quote game of the week, but it is for us because we are Vols fans.
Absolutely.
And we've got the Florida Gators. It's Gator Hater Week. Florida Gators coming to Knoxville, looking for an upset.
Yeah.
Right. They need it. They need it bad. Billy Napier's trying to save his job. They got, NIL issues down there. But they're looking better every game. They're looking a little better. They love to come to Tennessee. And I mean, think about 2 years ago, they came to Knoxville when we had Hendon and those guys, and we had them beat. Then they nearly came back at the end.
Nope, try to walk it down.
Yeah. They beat us last year in Gainesville. Florida's got Tennessee's number. They always have for years. It's tough. So I'm gonna get your all's thoughts first. What, Caleb? Let's go. You go first. What are you thinking? Florida comes to Knoxville at Tennessee. What happens?
They're gonna get crushed. I think Tennessee's got a good team. They got a good team. And here's the thing about Heupel and that team. They really play well at home. I mean, he's got no problems in Neyland. All the problems come when they leave Neyland, right?
Yeah.
So. And I know they haven't looked great this year, but I also know this. They've got to the point now when they lose games, the other teams storm the field and tear down the goalpost. So that's like a level that's reserved for like Alabama and Georgia. That happened in South Carolina, and it happened at Arkansas last week. That's unusual. That tells you that they're a good team. I know they're a good team. God, I hate Florida with just every ounce of my soul. And it still scares me from the amount of scar tissue being a Tennessee guy forever, all the way back to when we were kids. When we were kids, Steve Spurrier went to our high school in Johnson City. They named the field after him. And that was absolutely nuts with him and Fulmer going back and forth as a graduate of our high school. So at any rate, I'm taking the Vols.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I love that, Caleb. That is a hell of a pick, man. I look at it and I'm going. You always want to see how resilient a bunch is. When you look at what happened against South Carolina. I think when with Heupel being there, you started to question the culture of the team. You heard there was some rifts in the locker room between guys. How does this team bounce back? They went down to play Vandy and got them up out of there. Now, regardless of who they're playing, it's all about how you bounce back and what you look like doing it against whoever your opponent is. I think with Florida walking in, you just happen to pick a wrong time, man. You know what I mean? We had to go to Arkansas, a tough environment. Like I say, man, a night game in Arkansas, Sam Pittman went and got Petrino for a reason. And they were up there dealing. But I think when you look back on it, there was a lot of self-inflicted things going on. Lance Hurd jumping off sides, putting you behind the chains. John Campbell not being able to make it all the way through the game, and when he was, it still didn't go right. You know what I mean? That number 40 for Arkansas was coming off the edge. And I think, man, there's got to be a gut check. You know what I'm saying? You have these different points in the season, and I think this is one for Tennessee. You got slapped in the mouth and you got bullied in a sense. Now, you were able to put your foot on the pedal, but then you run into the punter. You know what I mean? It changed the whole momentum of the game. Like, the game was about to be over. So I think you get to go back and look at the film and say, man, we can correct this. We can correct this. It's one thing to go out and get beat. It's another thing to help yourself get beat. And I think that's what they did. With Florida coming in, you got this group of seniors that's coming around. Big Omari Thomas, Norman Lott. You got Peely back. You got guys that went down there last year and didn't get an opportunity to play, like Cooper Mays, who had to sit there on the sideline and watch what happened at Florida. And I think it caught him off guard. I think these young guys wasn't ready for it. They walked into it knowing Florida was bad. Billy Napier was struggling at the time, and Florida fans got behind them. And I think they actually pushed them through that game, and guys was like deer in the headlights. So you got hit in the mouth and you never responded. What the schedule guys did was gave you a night game in Neyland for Florida to come right back up there and for you to give the Neyland effect. And like what you said, Caleb, there is no problem when you're playing in Neyland. So I think, man, you walk into this situation, it's going to be crazy. We're going to be fried. I'm driving up tomorrow after work to get up there early, and I ain't even thinking about sleeping. I'm going to leave sleep here in Nashville, and I'm taking me up there. So I'm knowing exactly what I'm going up there for. I got a purpose to help with the Neyland effect. Scream. I want to come out the game hoarse with no voice. You know what I mean? And I need these guys to go out there and answer the bell. Brew McCoy, this is what you came back for. Dylan Sampson, when he came out was saying, unleash the cheetah, the little meme on this little social media. Well, you got an opportunity now to show exactly who you are. Nico, you like to play on the platform. He need to let off the reins, let you go. Well, you got to go show him why. This is your opportunity. These are the games, regardless of what the ranking is. We don't give a damn about none of that. It's who we playing. We don't like Florida, and they don't like us. And we like it that way. If they sitting at the table and we sitting at the table, one of us got to get up unless we're going to tear this table up. That's just how it is. And so what I like to do is collect things. What this is a Gator shoe. I got this 2 years ago, and I'm looking for the other pair. I'm looking to match it up. And this weekend, I'm depending on Big Elijah Simmons up front. I'm depending on James Pierce. I'm depending on Joseph, Tyree West, Peely, Arian Carter, Boo Carter, man, Jacoby Thomas. I'm looking McCoy. I'm the big little Ricky over there on the other side. I'm looking for all y'all. Tim Banks up there in the booth. I'm looking for all y'all. I'll be there, and I'll be right outside the gate over there by General Neyland. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have one shoe on, and I'm gonna be down on one knee like he is. So don't bother me. Yeah, don't bother me. I'm gonna be just looking just like General Neyland. Now General Neyland kind of looks out. He looks out. That's what I'm gonna be on one knee with one shoe. When y'all get the other shoe after we drag Florida through the swamp, up there in Neyland, turn the lights off on them, just come behind me gracefully and slide the other shoe on, please. Bring a shoehorn with you to the game so you can get the shoe on, because I ain't going to move. I'll be there till next week till we play again and we play Alabama. I'm going to be right there with General Neyland. Just like they got Al Wilson and them out there, they're going to have to bronze me. Bronze me. Leave me right there after this win. Because that's what I know Duval's going to do. Heupel and them bounce back. They go out there and show exactly who we are as Vols, and we dragged Florida. I mean, choke them all the way out. And Gator shoes for everybody.
Gator shoes for everybody, passing them out outside the stadium. That you're looking for the next shoe. Look at that, Gator.
So that shoe came off the Florida mascot?
Yes.
Like the guy that was wearing it?
Yeah. He tried to escape too. He tried to escape. That's why I didn't get the other one. I don't know if y'all familiar with Peter Pan, but you remember how the Gator ate Captain Hook?
Oh yeah.
They thought that was me. I came up out of that Gator. I come out this little belly open. Yeah, I come up out the Gator. I only got one though. I gotta find the other. I need this for you.
This is a chance. He'll be there. Albert the Alligator, he's gonna be there, and he better watch Chubbs. It's like Chubbs.
Yeah, Chubbs got one eye. Got to get the other one.
I gotta get the other one, man.
Wait, so did this happen in Gainesville or Knoxville?
This happened in Knoxville.
Encounter? In Knoxville. So last time they came to Knoxville.
Yeah, took him down there straight to the river. I saw his little tail. I was like, what is that? What's that creeping? I thought it was a snake. And I looked down there a little closer, and it was him trying to get away. I grabbed him by his little tail and reined him back in. Took him over there to Thompson Bowling. If you go to Thompson Bowling Arena, they got it underneath. That's where you got to enter the players and the media and everything go up underneath. I took him right over in there. Yeah, I got some friends over there that got a couple codes. I had them back there in that little closet room, skinning them alive. Yeah, and then somebody got my attention, spooked me, and I let him go, and he scurried on out to the river. And I saw him running down there by Calhoun's. I said, you know what? I'll get him next time to come back. I got one shoe though.
Yeah, well, maybe this week you just grab him and take him straight to Calhoun's.
No, I need somebody. I need them to bring it. I need them to bring it to me. I want them players to bring it to me off the field. I don't want to have to do no more work. This was hard work. This was hard work in this shoe.
I feel like Brew McCoy is just the man for the job.
Yes.
Right. Brew strikes me as a guy that he gonna get him a gator. He'll get that shoe, bring it to Ron Slay, personally delivered by Brew McCoy. I like it. That's big. I love that. Ron Slay feeling good about the Vols, baby. Score prediction? You want to give a score prediction? You want to just
I don't like this spread. I don't like this spread early. But just because it's a rivalry. But I was also in the building when Jawan Jennings caught that pass up the sideline and opened up the floodgates. And man, I saw people up in the stands crying and everything, and that was during the daytime. So I do know it can happen, and I think this is the time. I think the Vols beat them by 22.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. I don't like that 15-point spread either.
I don't like it.
I thought it was going to be like a 7.
Yeah.
Which I would have liked better, but I don't know. My pick is like a 33-20. I don't know. I didn't know what to do. It's
hard to know what to do.
I don't want to give him, 45 points thinking we're going to score 45, but we might. I hope we do.
Right.
But I'd rather go give me 13 there, and then they'll exceed expectations. That's what I'm thinking. But
that's how I think it is.
That's gonna be good. We got Rod's got to get a shoe. This is good.
Oh yeah, listen, dog. I got to get a shoe. Have you ever seen? You know how hard it is with this type of heel on here to walk around with one shoe off.
Oh man, you just like this.
Yeah, I'm staggered. Yeah. I'm I don't want to be Captain Morgan out here. Give me 2 feet.
Give me these 2 feet.
Yeah.
My gosh, I like it.
Yeah, but I do think, man. I think this is the time though. This is what we've been waiting on to see Nico unleash, hit these big explosive plays, and they got to choose. You know what I'm saying? They got to choose if they want to stop the run. Now we keep seeing these 3-3-5 defenses, and everybody's being they're copying. Oklahoma put out a blueprint. Cool. All right. Yep. Arkansas wouldn't use the blueprint. That's cool too. Now, you've seen it enough. You are an offensive juggernaut. Hyper is. We've seen him when he's dealing. You got to put the trust in Nico to let him unleash, man, and go on and hit these. We got too many receivers. Mike Matthews. Even if Squirrel can't go, which I think he's supposed to. Brew, even if his hand is hurt. You got guys, Brazel. You got Dante Thornton. You got plenty of weapons. And I want to see the tight ends get into action. And give me some little runs off the edge. Can you imagine Dylan Sampson getting some screens? I know we use the bubble screens a lot, but man, if we
need some running back screens.
Man, Dylan Sampson, he's a problem, man. You got to get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, especially against Arkansas. I thought with the way they were blitzing and bringing, I think we need to throw that running back screen.
Yep.
And I want to see us throw the ball down the field. Throw some posts, some ins, some squares, some outs, whatever just get the ball down the field. This bubble screen out I get it. I know that's part of the game plan. I know what that sets up is good. I get it. But man, we got to do more than just run those freaking bubble screens and then run it up the middle with Dylan and then run the bubble screen and then run it up the middle with Dylan. We got to get some variety in there. We got the athletes to do it. And I trust Heupel and Halsey. They know what they're doing more than I do. But I'm just a fan just watching.
You know what, Josh? And what I trust more than anything, man, I expect these guys to be able to bounce back, man, because Cooper Mays, Spraggins, Big John Campbell, Lance Hurd, I forgot who's playing left guard, but all these guys got handled, man. You know what I mean? That wasn't Cooper's best game either. You know what I mean? Y'all are the reason, Dylan Sampson, Bishop can come in the game. These guys can run the way they are. Y'all got to win the line of scrimmage. You got to win
Yeah.
the line of scrimmage. If you do that,
Yeah.
then everything you asking, Josh, I think is opened up. Then you start to see these safeties got to creep down in the box, and then the play action gets involved. Like, then we got a ball game in this Tennessee football. But until up front, Cooper Mays and them, he get his guys together, and they go whoop people off the ball, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah.
I agree. There were some ugly clips of pass protection.
Oh, my gosh.
That were coming around social media. I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but there was some clips that were they were kind of ugly.
It was ugly.
Trying to pass protect.
Yeah, it was ugly.
It was rough. It was rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so we're all taking Tennessee. The Vols to win big here at home. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And because then we got to go. Then we got to go to Alabama after that, right?
Yeah, they got to.
No, we get Alabama at home.
Yeah, they got.
Oh yeah, Alabama's home. Okay.
Yeah, it's 4 straight home games. Then we got a bye week. Yeah, we bring them all to Neyland.
This is it. This is our stretch. This is our time.
This is it right here.
I love it.
Yeah, it is.
You want to give us before we go? You want to give us a little preview of what you're thinking in terms of Vol basketball? I know they started practice, and you want to give us just a little snapshot of what you're seeing, what you're thinking as far as Vol basketball goes.
I think, man, honestly, I think they reloaded. I think this is something similar to what you talk about when you get guys to have you get a foundation. You get a foundation built, and that foundation happened to be a guy that wasn't recruited, highly recruited, in Zakai Ziegler. Jemai Meshack, you got foundational pieces who have been developing year in and year out. And I expect guys like Meshack to be up for Defensive Player of the Year with, knowing that Zakai won it last year. But then you look what DK, Dalton Connect did last year. You always automatically ask, man, how can you replace that? And I don't think you replace it with one guy, but you got a guy in Chaz Lanier who's coming in shooting the skin off the ball. And then you also have the young man Milich, I think I'm saying his name right, who transferred in from Charlotte, who can really get it done. Felix is another guy that's playing the 5-man when you lose a guy like Jonas Adu. But you bring in a guy like Felix from Ohio State with a different style, like 6'11", but it's springy. I thought with Jonas Adu right there, he wasn't a guy that was springy, and Zakai breaks down the defense. You throw the lob, and it's easy for him to catch it. You know what I mean? And bounce and get it. I thought Jonas needed to catch it on the ground and then go up and finish. But I think, and he brings a different aspect on the other end of the floor too. Like a pogo stick that can defend the basket, that brings a different element as far as us being able to get out and run and have these guys in transition ready to go. So Cam Carr's a guy I'm looking to see come off the bench, who we saw in the NCAA tournament give us a spark. Jordan Gainey, I expect him to take another step. I honestly think this team, man, spot for spot they're too deep. I don't want to say his name wrong. But D Stone, Darlan Stone Dubar, but I think it's his last name, but I'll get all these names right. I'm still in football mode. But I think he's the guy, like a great carbon copy of what you wanted Josiah Jordan-James to be. I think that's, Josiah did exactly what he was supposed to his senior year. I think Stone can take it up another level, and you depend on him. Also, you got Big Estrella. You know what I mean? You saw what he did in the tournament against Edey. He was just young, but as far as him being able to play on both ends of the floor and run and protect the basket and finish, that's going to be some interesting. Cade Phillips, the list goes on and on, man. Like, they literally have 2 at every single spot. And it's going to be interesting to watch how it gels. They're going to play defense, but as far as them getting out in the open court, I'm more excited about that because of the guys that can really, really shoot the ball and give this team a lift. Plus, when you got guys that are leaders like Zakai and Jemai Meshack, though, I'm take me into any alley, and I'm gonna pick them too, and I think I'm gonna come out all right. So I like them leading the crew. It's gonna be a loaded SEC though. Alabama should be ready to go. Arkansas will be ready to go. Ole Miss with Chris Beard.
Auburn.
Florida, Auburn, Bruce Pearl. South Carolina reload. Like, man, Missouri, even they got the best player out of St. Louis, like a 5-star top-notch guy like Kentucky. What is Pope going to bring to him? It's going to be a fun league, man. Jans at Mississippi State. Vandy with Byington. What is he going to do? You know what I mean? He brought that's a little small at Vandy, so I want to see what style of ball they're going to play. But, man, this is going to be a fun SEC season.
What do you make of Jonas Adu transferring to Arkansas? I guess I didn't see that coming. I kind of figured he was happy there, and everything looked good, and he was poised for probably a pretty decently big season this coming year.
I did too. I mean, he made all SEC. I mean, once you make that, I don't know what the next step is, but I think sometimes, man, you need a fresh start. And if you're looking at it, I thought if the NCAA tournament would have went a different way, maybe he settles in and comes back. I think me, just as looking at it from a player's perspective, man, the crowd was hard on him. And in that game against Edie, man. And listen, he didn't bring his best game. He didn't bring his best game. Like a couple of those shots that they fall, I think it changes the game. It changes how Edie has to defend him. It pulls him out from the paint a little bit. And we've seen Jonas be able to go out and deliver that way. So to see him go out that way on his last game kind of left a sour taste in his mouth. Don't know who he was speaking with, you know what I mean, and what drew him to his decision. But maybe it's more opportunity for him at Arkansas in Cal style, which I kind of find it hard to believe, but it's going to be interesting to watch play out because Cal lets his guards get busy.
It'll be interesting rematch when they play each other.
Can't wait. They come to Thompson Bowling too, baby.
That's going to be fun.
Food City Center.
That's Food City Center at Thompson Bowling Arena. That's right. It'd be the first time in a long time that we haven't had a basketball team without Josiah Jordan James or Santiago Vescovi.
Yeah, man. But this goes back to it. This is how you build teams. I think this is why Rick Barnes has always been good because of his staff that's around him. They do a tremendous job. Gainey, Rod Clark, all these guys, Coach P, they do a good job, a great job of being able to go recruit foundational pieces and keeping them around. So now when you add those 5 stars in or the guy out the portal that can give you that jump, they're adding to you instead of having to come in and carry you. So I think that he does a great job with that. So it's without those guys being there, I think they were able to pass it down to Zakai and Meshack. As long as you got 2 right there, you'll be all right. So Coach Barnes don't have to do all the hollering and they don't have to do all the building back up. But Josiah and Santi played it looked like they played the spot of psychiatrists a lot of times as well as players. So these two can take it on. They can take it on.
I love it, man. Caleb, you got any final thoughts before you sign off this thing?
No. My only final thought is I can't wait to get Florida in that boom boom room and lock the door.
Lock the door.
I can't wait to see that. Yeah, I love it. My favorite quote of the whole thing: "We locking the door in the boom boom room."
Hey boy, ain't nothing worse. It's nothing worse, especially with us in the month of October, going into Halloween. The worst thing you can hear is walk in the room and hear a door lock behind you.
That's right.
I don't care what you want to hear. You can be at the happiest place on earth. You can be at Disney World. But if you go in the room and that door lock behind you, immediately your antennas go up like, whoa, wait, whoa. What are we doing here? Like, it's pretty colors in here, but what's going on in here? Like, somebody coming from somewhere? So that's what happens. You get the door locked on you, Florida. You in trouble.
That's the truth.
I love it. The Go Vols, baby. And where can you're at your radio show? Is that happening this week?
Yeah, man. 104.5 The Zone, 3HL, 3 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday. Catch me, Don Davenport, and Brent Daughtery on there, locked and loaded. And then SEC Network coming up. Basketball Media Days on Tuesday, October the 14th, 15th, whatever day it is. But down in Birmingham, so we'll kick this thing off, and then SEC Network cranks up. I'll be in studio, hopefully doing some games this year, but definitely in studio. It'll be a good time, man. I'll keep it entertaining for y'all. I promise you'll want to watch. Follow me on D-Ron Slay, whatever it may be. Got a couple little cameo. I jumped on Cameo.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. I'm on Cameo, dog. Guess what my first cameo was?
What?
Talking to a 6-year-old.
Really?
Yeah, Uncle Slay, baby. I'm Uncle Slay. The little 6-year-old made his first basket, man. And you know what? They called Uncle Slay and told Uncle Slay wants some words of encouragement. I gave him 2 minutes and 36 seconds of realness. And then at the end, told him you need to be wearing a headband if you want to continue the success.
That's right. The headband that's the key right there. You get that going, that's next level ball playing.
Automatically go from here to here. Boom. That fast.
I like that. That's probably part of my problem. If I put on the headband, I probably start balling out.
I've been waiting. I mean, I'm looking at the skits. I'm looking at you. I'm like, the headband, like, I don't think you understand what it does. You know what I mean? Like for people, hairline may be going back, headband cover all that up. Look at LeBron. Yeah. LeBron got away with it for years. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sweat pouring in your eyes. I can't see. Headband on, you can see everything. You clear. It's clear. That's what it does. And then the little secret powers. The only person that it didn't help for that hair is my guy Paul Feinbaum. But he put it on, and I thought his show
put it on.
Yeah, I thought his show immediately went from here to a 7.5 to like an 8 quickly. See? Yeah, it was wild for me to watch it. The transformation. I was looking at him like, ooh, you like what you said with the people in Utah, like they can get it done, like real athletes. I immediately thought that of Feinbaum. I'm like, dang, you like an athlete, you know? What I mean? So.
I love it. He's
going to head to pickleball with his headband, just tearing up.
Telling you.
Paul playing pickleball with his headband on. I want to see it.
Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Man, it's been fun having you on the show, buddy. It's been great. You gonna come back and see us another time?
Yeah, man. Anytime y'all need me, man, y'all tell me. I'm coming, baby. I'm on the way. I'll come through the door like Kramer. Just slide right in the room.
Yeah, I like it. Just coming in, all startled. We're ready to bring the
once
heat.
Once you on, once you off. I'm in here.
That's right. We're in because it's Go Vols, baby. Because that's all we know.
Go Vols, because that's all we know.
Let's go. All right. Honorable mention sports. Check us out. Thanks for watching. Peace. Go Vols.